It's extremely popular to hate Grant Cardone right now. Like, it's the most trending thing on YouTube. All the popular kids are doing it. The high school jocks doing it.
What's up, Chris Crone here. Grant Cardone goes off the rails yesterday with the video that he himself put out saying, bankrupt, losing everything, I need a lawyer, I'm going to jail.
The rich kid who has all the fancy toys.
It stems from this ridiculously idiotic podcast I had with Grant Cardone, who literally, in my book, knows probably about as much about sales as like, I don't know, like you know, someone from one of those munchkins from The Wizard of Oz.
The class clown who never knows when the joke should be over, bro.
Grant Cardone did a massive unannounced layoff of team members from all divisions within his office.
Heck, even the freaking like skater kid, like the skater band guy's picking on him.
What's going on, guys? This is Chandler Smith, and I am so freaking done with Grant Cardone's crap.
Honestly though, I was the most surprised when the cool history teacher that like gives everybody a C bare minimum and lets his TA teach the whole class, like that guy, even he went after Grant Cardone.
Man, that video, that 90-second Instagram thing, actually I don't think it was even 90 seconds. I think it was 70 seconds. That was bad, man. Bad. Give up the publicity stunt. Apologize it. Tell them, you just got to be honest with people.
Now, in Professor Zuber's defense, he did call it for what it was, which was a hoax, and he said there was no way that Grant Cardone was actually going bankrupt.
I suspect his play was put this out there and then in 24 or 48 hours come out and make fun of everyone. That's the only thing I can think of, is he wanted to put out that clip and then in 48 hours say, I gotcha. I am so strong. I'm doing good. I got 3% interest only debt, blah, blah, blah. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm not going bankrupt. I'm not selling nothing. I'm going to be bigger, better, badder person coming out of this. That's the only chess move I see.
That being said, it is extremely popular to get those rich clicks on your YouTube video if you just throw his name in the title and say the world's ending, this guy's an idiot, he's a moron. But you know what? You're completely wrong. And he has smoked you all in the game of 3D chess. Why? Because you haven't watched him for long enough. I've been watching Grant for years, and I got a clip from 8 years ago that I want you to watch. This is Grant in 2011. It's 1 minute long. Watch this clip, and then let's talk about his mentality, his philosophy, his goal to get through the noise. Here it is. Ready? Watch this.
Attention. First thing you got to do is get attention. The Kardashians are great at this. They're unbelievable. When Kim gets her divorce, 6 or 7 months ago, I told my wife, I can't wait to see what she does next. The chick is brilliant. People hate her guts, don't they? She is freaking brilliant. She's a magician. She takes nothing and turns it into money. That's what you need to learn how to do. That's what magicians do, right? Hey, I take nothing, an idea. An idea is nothing, would you agree? Except what? An idea, which is unbelievable. And for anybody to diminish what that chick does, you're confused if you do. You're confused. You're confused because you want to do what she does. Okay? First thing she has to do is get attention. Look at my big ass. Huh? Spank this. Anything to get attention. Why? She's trying to burst through the noise in the universe.
Now, I'll be the first to tell you that I don't really know much about the Kardashians, okay? I don't know much about them other than they are really rich. Kim married Kanye. She had that divorce. She was married for like 72 hours. But you know what? Somehow, I've never watched any of those shows. I still know all that. I know Kylie Jenner was the youngest billionaire in the world, the youngest self-made billionaire in the world at the age of 19. I don't know anything about her other than that, and that she makes makeup, right? But how do I know that? I don't watch their shows. Grant is 100% right. They take hate and controversy. I mean, we all know how Kim actually got famous, right? We all know how she first got popular, right? There was a little video, probably not appropriate to talk about because this is child-friendly, whatever. Anyways, she takes hate and controversy, and she takes the negative public opinion of her, and she turns it into money. Just like Grant said. Now, what does this say about how he views breaking through the noise? What is happening right now? It's freaking April 25th, 2020, and this virus has the entire world turned upside down. It is impossible to knock the virus off the front page of a paper, off the leading story for every hour of the news cycle. All I hear all day, every day.
This is not the last major outbreak.
How serious is this? Is this something that we need to be terrified of, or is this overblown? Or
I think we're in the middle of a massive experiment.
Today, the World Health Organization officially announced that this is a global pandemic.
All of Italy is going on lockdown.
Countries such as Italy and Iran are in the middle of the battle. Elsewhere, the impact of COVID-19 is just beginning.
I don't know what happened to Joe Biden. Where is Bernie? Is there still a Democratic debate even going on? That used to be popular, and now it's virus all the time. Economy crashing, world ending. How do you break through that? And somehow, Grant Cardone releases this 90-second clip, right? We'll watch the clip from Instagram where he claims he's going bankrupt. He releases this. He becomes the #1 most searched person on Google. And now he's getting hate videos from so many different YouTubers. I've never even heard of half these guys. People with like less subscribers than me, and I'm a nobody making all these videos. He figured out how to break through the noise and make it all about him. It's so smart. It's so yes, it's 3D, 4D level chess. The only news that will get through is bad news. I have to give more bad news than the coronavirus. How do I step up my game to make the coronavirus second place? So what does he do? He knows that people like Meet Kevin hate his guts. He knows that there's other people out there trying to syndicate that aren't as good as him, or aren't as big as him, or aren't as lively as him. And he knows that if he shows a moment of weakness, every single person is going to jump at the chance to freaking rip meat off the bone. And he puts a little bit of bait out there, and what happens? Millions of people immediately, all eyes on Grant, which is what he wants. That's how you pick up investors. And I'll go ahead and show you guys the clip of him saying he's going bankrupt. Let's watch it.
Okay. Now, on the rumors of my bankruptcy that is soon to happen, yes, it's true. Okay, I'm losing the plane, the condo, all the apartments, 8,000 units. Okay, all of it's going back to the bank. So if you guys want to get it before it goes back to the bank, call me. The Gulfstream, 2017 Gulfstream 550, brand new. It's about 50 million. You could probably pick that thing up today for, I don't know,
6.5,
7 or 8 million bucks. Probably have somebody can probably buy that for nothing. Okay. Alex Martin, you could probably get it for 8 million. My condo down the street, you could probably pick that up for 2 or 3 million bucks today. The real estate, there's 8,000 units, $1.5 billion worth of real estate.
10 cents on the dollar.
You could probably buy that for 10 cents on the dollar. Okay. So pick it all up, guys. And if you know a good bankruptcy lawyer that can protect me from going to prison, and particularly because I don't want to be on American Greed, man, I appreciate it. Just send me a link. I love you guys. God bless you guys. Be great. And hey, look, I'm pulling for you even when I go down. Okay, I'm going down. I'm going down. I still be the talk of the town, mother. Hey, see you guys tomorrow. By the way, see you guys tomorrow. I mean Friday. Don't forget Friday. Friday. What am I saying? Friday. Live training. How to get that stimulus money. Okay, that might be the only thing that keeps me out of prison.
Okay, first and foremost, honestly, how can anybody watch that clip and think that he's serious? He is laughing, he's joking, his guy's in the background laughing and joking with him. Like, how can you possibly take that seriously? I'm going down, but I'll still be the talk of the town. By the way, I'll see you guys tomorrow, right? I mean, the fact that people jumped on this and thought that this was a serious video of him admitting that he was going bankrupt just baffles me. I don't know. I don't understand how you could think that. Now, but then that goes to say, well, then if he didn't actually mean it, well, then he's really not beating everyone at 3D chess by releasing bad news. No, I think that he is. I think he's just a bad actor, and he was, he didn't really think it maybe would get blown up to the point that it was. I think Grant probably thought that it would create speculation and chaos and drive some people to use his name and people would be calling him and looking him up. Not to the level that it was. Grant removed the video from Instagram very shortly after it was put up. So if he intentionally removed it so that people wouldn't have it and instead just go off of the hearsay, the freaking old school game of telephone, oh, hey, Grant Cardone's going bankrupt, pass that around. If he actually was playing 3D chess well enough to know that if he removed that video, it would cause nobody to be able to go to the source and see what a joke it was, and then the next day he could re-release it somewhere or count on other people re-releasing it to prove that it was, that is a level of 4D chess that even I speculate whether he actually was planning that much, but I guarantee you that he was trying to get bad news out there about him to bring eyes to himself. And whether that like next step was legit or just like happenstance, the point is, if you watch this, you shouldn't have been dumb enough to fall for it. If you didn't watch it and then immediately started making videos about how he's an idiot, how could he do this? How could he played you all for what you are? You are people who want to hate his guts because there's no way you can watch this thing and for a split second think that he's telling the truth. So the only thing you can be going off of is exposing yourself for how much you don't like him. Okay, let's play devil's advocate for a second though here, okay? Mike, wait a minute, hold on, Mike. If he's really not having problems with his business, then how come he stopped distributions and how come he's gonna be holding back money from with his guaranteed preferred returns and how come he had to fire all these people? I mean, the explanation's pretty easy, right? First of all, every real estate syndicator in the country immediately stopped distributions to their investors. Why? Because you shore up money to make sure you can protect the asset. You're going to miss a few months of that preferred return cash check coming to you, but you don't lose your initial investment, your initial buy-in to whatever you've invested into. Every real estate syndicator has done this. This is not crazy. This is not beyond. And then people are like, well, then he needs to suspend his management fee. Well, I'm going to go ahead and give you the link to the interview where he talks about how he did suspend his management fee. Obviously, I don't know if he actually did it. I'm going off what he said. He says he suspended his management fee. I feel like he's trying to do the right thing. Okay, so then why'd he fire all those people? Well, if you listen to his story again, he said they'd recently hired a bunch of people and then the corona pandemic hit, and so he decided to let those people go. Will we ever know what actually happened? Probably not, because who likes to get fired? Can you trust the story from someone who's being fired? They have a biased opinion. Can you trust the story from someone doing the firing? They want to look like the good guy. There's a biased opinion. Who's telling the truth? I don't know 100%, but it does make sense. While literally 26 million people at this point are out of work and on unemployment, in the last 6 weeks or 5 weeks alone, yeah, it makes sense that Grant probably had to lay a few people off. In my book, that really does not discount his credibility. Last thing, right? Last thing. Well, then how come he went and apologized for it, Mike? How come he has said here on YouTube, on different people's channels that he's been interviewed on, that he wouldn't do it again or he wouldn't have done that? Okay, well, a couple of things, right? Number one, he still wants investors. He still wants to seem like a level-headed business person when it comes to making business decisions, right? Now, when he did this stunt, this PR stunt, or this whatever you want to call it, he was showing that he thinks outside of the box, that he can get creative, that he takes his own advice, that he walks the walk. But he also has to show, to instill confidence in his investors, that he's not like some crazy man who's just going to go down in a ball of flames and everything like that. That's not what he was trying to do. But unfortunately, because of the game of telephone, it went around the world so fast, right? What's that saying? Is it Winston Churchill, right? A lie will make it halfway around the world before the truth has even had a chance to put on its boots. Okay, people will spread that negativity so quickly that you got so many flames to put out that I don't think he expected a wildfire. I think he was just hoping the house might come down. So he went out and apologized and said he wouldn't have done it differently. And I think probably he got pressure from his wife saying, hey, you've got a lot of people who are petrified right now. They're looking at their returns, they're looking at their accounts, they're looking at the stock market, and there is real fear out there that people could be screwed over. And if someone invested with you 100%, and we know that when an economic recession happens, what happens? Suicide rate goes up, unfortunately, right? He may be sitting there thinking, hey, you know what, that maybe wasn't the smartest thing to do. Or maybe he still thinks it was. I'm not 100% sure, but I guarantee you the reason that he's apologizing is not because he got eyes on him. I think that was all planned. I think he just wouldn't have probably chosen to make his point that bad news, the only way to break through terrible, crazy news like the virus, is to overcome it with even more negativity, because for whatever reason, we as human beings are driven towards negativity. The news never tells us about the 330 million people who didn't die. We hear about the one person who unfortunately died some gruesome death, and then they show you pictures. Hey, stay tuned, man. Come back after dinner, because I'm sure we'll show you the autopsy too. Thanks for watching, guys, and honestly, the final note on this is, right now, it is like, it's so popular and common to hate Grant Cardone that it's almost as common as hearing Graham Stephan beg you to smash that like button. Like, those two are like the two most popular things I've probably ever heard in the last 6 months on YouTube. So I'll leave you with that. Don't smash mine. I don't want to make more videos. You all look great.